Carter. And it even get worse when we sub the starters. Number 94 with the sack, he whopping off the sweat. Hassan Reddick, he stay coming off the edge. Big play Slay in position to intercept. We know Elliott gon' make it with seconds left. Nick Sirianni going down as one of the best. And we don't care about what you heard. Tune in to my boy T-Roy, the bird with the word. And we don't care about what you heard. Tune in to my boy T-Roy, the bird with the word.
T-Roy, bird with the word, man. Fly Eagles fly, man. Ain't nobody doing it like us, man. We the best. Run the NFC, we run the league.
Yo, it's the bird with the word, and you heard it here first. What's going down? Eagle Nation, you know what it is, man. Super Bowl Sunday. Let's get it ready, man. Let's talk about it. A few things we want to talk about. First of all, wherever you're going to be watching the game at today, if you're not going to be watching the game at home, I implore you to make sure you please make it to your location at a decent amount of time. The game come on. If you're trying to get where you're going and you're not there by the time the game is going to go on, if it's not an official bar, you might be okay with getting the seating. If you're somewhere where it's gonna be a packed place like where we're going to the Eagles Nest, I suggest you get there at least an hour early if you plan on getting seating. I'm telling you right now. 2 weeks ago, the NFC Championship game we was at the Eagles Nest, and it was literally a line of people because we had reached capacity and they were not letting anyone else in. So wherever you plan, if you're not watching it at home, and if you are lucky enough to be in New Orleans, if you're not watching it at home, please get to your location at least an hour in advance. With that being said, let's go Birds. Hey, let's talk about it. So, man, it's a lot of stuff been going on, man, about this game. A lot of, been said about what's going to go on. Will the Eagles avenge their loss 2 years ago? Let me preface this whole podcast by saying this. And this is just something that, I just thought about in my head. The year we won Super Bowl, right? We beat the Patriots. The year we went to Super Bowl prior to that, who did we play in the Super Bowl? We played the Patriots, right? And what happened? We lost, right? And so we came back and we avenged that loss and we got that first ring, right? Guess what? Same scenario I'm feeling today. I feel like, hey, that taste in our mouth, because right now Jalen Hurts still has the screensaver on his phone of the confetti falling on him in Glendale, Arizona, when we lost that game against the Chiefs, which by all intents and purposes, we know Jalen Hurts played like a straight maniac that game. So he's let that. He hasn't forgot about that, and he's like I said, he has that image saved to his phone as his screensaver. So let that be his motivation that's got him back here, and let that be his motivation that's going to help him finish the job this year and get us that second Lombardi trophy that we definitely deserve. So a lot of talk has been going on this week, man. Of course, this what upsets me too. If and when the Eagles win, of course, the narrative will be Saquon is the reason why we lost. However, if the Eagles are to lose, the narrative would be, can Jalen Hurts, this is Jalen Hurts' second loss in the Super Bowl. Is he capable of delivering the city of Philadelphia a Super Bowl trophy? However, if Saquon wins, it's going to be Saquon was the man that came in and helped the Eagles get over the hump. So it's going to be a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation for Hurts, right? If he loses, but from all the sports pundits that I've listened to today, I mean, a lot of people are saying that does Jalen Hurts needs this game to cement himself as a legitimate top 5, top 10 quarterback. And a lot of pundits are saying no, he does not need to win this game. Now, me as a fan, we need to win this game, right? But like I said, a lot of pundits are saying, I've been watching NFL Network all morning long. They're saying, pretty much that Jalen does not need to win the game in order to be solidified as the top 10 quarterback. The fact that he's already broke history because most quarterbacks who lose in their first Super Bowl appearance, they don't make it back. Jalen Hurts has made it back within 2 years, right? So I mean, that's enough to give him his kudos for that long. The Lamar Jacksons, the Josh Allens, the Jerry Goss, Those guys have not even made it to Super Bowl yet, right? And here we have Jalen Hurts in his second Super Bowl within 3 years. I mean, what can you say about that? How can you not give that man his flowers, his roses now, and say, you know, hey, because all he does, like Nick said, all he does is win. Everywhere he goes, he wins. As a matter of fact, right now, in the last 4 years, he has the most winningest record of all quarterbacks right now. All quarterbacks in the NFL, Jalen Hurts has the most winningest records right now in that time span. So all he does is win. Now, of course, people want him to be this flashy, sit in the pocket, beat you with his arm, 350-yard game. That's not his game. Can he do it? Definitely can do it. We've seen him do it before. That's not his game, and we're not going to force him to play a game that he's not comfortable playing. If his game is boom, 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 1-2 read, and then break the pocket, as long as it's a pocket that's there for him to break, and the pocket is, you know, he has an open lane, by all means. But I'm not going to get mad if Jalen Hurts has 200 yards rushing and only 75 yards passing and we win a Super Bowl. Why would I be mad about that? If anything, I would be like, hey, man, he got the job done. Last week, I believe he had 3 touchdowns. 2 weeks ago, I believe he had 3 rushing touchdowns or 3 complete touchdowns. So, if we got the dub. So, however Jalen Hurts has to get it done, hey, man, get it done however you do it. Because at the end of the day, all we care about is winning and lifting the LeBron trophy in the air at the end of the day. So, I don't care about whatever they talking about. He a running quarterback. You know, the narrative is also there has never been a running quarterback or a mobile quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. Will Jalen Hurts break that narrative today by being the first running quarterback to win a Super Bowl? We shall see. Speaking of running, you know, there's been a lot of talk about Kansas City's defense and how they haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher all season long, yada, yada, this. You know what else KC hasn't done? They haven't played Saquon Barkley before. Kansas City Chiefs have never, ever played Saquon. Saquon has never played against the Chiefs. So you can't prepare for something you've never been against. You know, you can't prepare for something you've never encountered, right? You can look at film and try to get like a indication of what it could be, but until you actually face that, you only can hope that you can create a game plan. The Chiefs have not seen anything remotely close to Saquon Barkley. Heck, even 2 weeks ago against the Bills, they let Cooks gash him. I think that he had like 100 yards, maybe like 80-some yards. I'm not sure, but he had, you know, he was up there. Mixing with the Texans, he gashed him for a bunch of yards. So they're running defense. I'm not worried about it at all. I feel like Saquon is going to have at least 2 touchdowns today, me personally, and I believe he's going to have over 150 yards today. Let me say this too. I've been saying this for the last couple of games. 2 turnovers, we win this game. 2 turnovers by the Chiefs, we win this game. We need 2 turnovers, and I'm saying 3 sacks today on Patrick Mahomes. 2 turnovers, 3 sacks. Eagles win this game easily. I want to blow it. I don't want it to come down to a field goal. I want us to win convincingly. I want us to avenge that Super Bowl loss convincingly. I don't want us to win by a field goal. I want them to know we win a whoop. You know what I'm saying? And came home with that dub. So one of the key matchups that I'm looking for today is the Travis Kelce matchup. That is Pat Mahomes' biggest target. We all know that, right? I mean, he does have multiple targets. One of the targets, Sky Moore, you know, who scored a touchdown against us last Super Bowl, he's doubtful to play. There was speculation that he could play this weekend. From all reports that I'm seeing right now, he is doubtful to play. So, I mean, you know, hey, it's football. Next man up. What's going on, Juliana G? Thank you very much for the like and comment. Appreciate it very much. Make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, so I mean, my biggest matchup I'm looking for this weekend to this game is with Travis Kelce. Do we put Zach Bond on him? I think Zach Bond can match up with him nicely. Or do we put Cooper DeJean on him? I believe in Cooper. I believe in Coop. I mean, I seen Cooper single-handedly dump Derrick Henry on his back, like pick him up and dump. I've seen Derrick Henry run through 3 grown men. And Cooper DeJean was able to single-handedly make an open field tackle on this man and pick him off his feet and put him on his back. So I'm not concerned about Cooper DeJean against Travis Kelce. I believe it's a favorable matchup for Cooper DeJean. He's fast enough. He's athletic enough. and he's able to stick and stay with Travis Kelce. So that could be a big matchup to look for in this game. I'm not really concerned about DeAndre Hopkins. Will he get one? I'm pretty sure he will give some kind of Hail Mary pass, some kind of fluke pass. Yeah, but as far as him going off today, no, I'm not worried about DeAndre Hopkins. Worthy, he too small for me. He too small. Now, don't get it twisted. If he get the ball with a full head of steam, he's deadly. He's definitely deadly. He definitely is a deep threat weapon that they have that we have to account for. I don't know if we put Quinion Mitchell on him or what, but we definitely have to account for him because he is a big threat. But other than that, man, I'm not worried about Pacheco. We don't allow that running over here. I'm not worried about that. I just need and the defense have already committed that they're only sending 4. So that means we're not going to, we're not sending an extra person. We're not going to take a man out of coverage to blitz Mahomes. Big Fangio believes our starting defense, our D line, is able to get at Pat Mahomes just by themselves. With there was a report that came out this week that apparently Jalen Carter was sick with some kind of illness. He was limited in practice. From all I've seen, that he's definitely playing today. Everybody is a go on both teams, with the exception of, like I said, Scott Moore is still up in the air. Like I said, last time I saw, he was doubtful. But Jalen Carter is a key part of this defense, and we definitely have to make sure that he's firing on all cylinders, because as the Jalen goes, this defensive line goes. We got Jalen Carter. Behind him, we got Milton Williams. Behind him, we got all these other players that we can't come in. I mean, Burks has stepped in big time and filled in for my boy Nakobe Dean. I mean, there was a lot of question marks around Burks. What I will say, and what Coach Vic Fangio has definitely got for me, is my vote of confidence. I mean, he picks these players up that nobody wants. Like, for instance, Zach Bond. No one thought about Zach Bond. He was a special teams player. And in his first year with the Eagles, he's an all-pro player. I believe he made the Pro Bowl as well, which I care less about the Pro Bowl, but he's an all-pro. I mean, that speaks volumes about this system and Vic Fangio being able to get the most of all his players, right? So Burks, he's caused, I want to say, at least 2 turnovers in his short time. Since he's been filling in for Nakobe Dean. So I'm very confident in Burks. Now in coverage, it's a different story. But as far as him playing within his parameters, I'm very confident in Burks being at the linebacker position, opposite of Zach Bond. So, I mean, on paper, it's a overall consensus that the Eagles are the better team on paper. Point blank, period. We got the better O-line, better D-line, better offense, period. One can argue quarterback position. Hey, that man has 2 Super Bowl trophies. I believe 3 Super Bowl trophies. I'm sorry, 2 or 3. So he's a proven winner. So I'm not taking anything from Mahomes. But as far as tangibles concerned, I would take Jalen Hurts any day over Mahomes just because of the tangibles. So, I mean, we're going to go out there, hopefully Kellen Moore, with all the distractions going on with him being a next possible coach in New Orleans. Hopefully he hasn't lost sight like what happened in Arizona with Steichen and Gannon were on their way out. And, the whole debacle that happened when we got penalized, they got penalized because obviously they didn't have their head in the game. They was worried about their next coaching position, and we got outplayed. Hopefully Kellen Moore remains true to this job that he's. Come on, what's up, Renee? What's going on? The refs would cheat for him. Hopefully, the thing about the refs cheating for him is this: it's a big magnifying glass on this game, because that's the narrative. Everyone's already saying that the Chiefs are being assisted by the referees, right? So much so that even Roger Goodell had to come out this week and make a statement saying that that's not the case. The fact you got to even acknowledge that because like if someone say your name is Robert and your name is Jesse, well, you don't even acknowledge that because it's pointless, right? Because you know what your name is. right? But if it's getting to a point where it's becoming important where a lot of people this is the narrative is going on, then yeah, you want to address that. So the fact that Roger Goodell had to address that this week, this is the only game that's gonna be they'll be on TV. Everybody gonna be watching this game. The referees better play their best game because if not, you know, it's gonna open the door for a lot of criticism for this game. Because you know, right now, truth be told, the Chiefs and the Eagles are the most hated teams. So there's a lot of people right now that's perplexed about who to vote, who to root for this game. They don't know the root for the Chiefs, but they don't know the root for the Eagles. You know, you have Cowboy fans that don't want to root for the Eagles. You know, which I don't understand. I understand why, but I don't. I mean, don't you want the conference to win? Of course not. You don't want Jalen to be better than Dak Prescott. So that's why you don't want Jalen to win. But on the other hand, you want Patrick to win. I mean, I'm from Texas, man. I do not like Patrick Mahomes for nothing in this world. Like as an athlete, and I don't know him personally, but I don't like his stance personally, right? I only don't like Eagles when we play each other. I know. I know, Renee. You a real one, Renee. I know you. I know you keep it above 50. But I just don't care for him as a human being. Like I've never met the guy, so I can't say. Well, it's just some of his stances on certain things that I won't go into because it's not the channel for this. Because he has certain stances on certain things, and in his personal life, I'm not cool with. But that's nevertheless. But I just don't want him to win. Period. If we were playing, let's say Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson, someone else, hey, made the best team win. If Lamar won, Joe Burrow won, of course I want my team to win, but I would like, hey, kudos to those guys. There is no kudos that would be given out from me for Kansas City at all. Maybe the only kudos I might give would be to Coach Andy Reid because he does have Philadelphia Eagles ties. He was the coach here, but other than that, there will be no kudos given out today in the event of the Eagles losing because I don't respect the Chiefs. I don't respect them as they are becoming the new era of the new age New England Patriots, where everyone kept complaining about them cheating. They kept complaining about them cheating. They kept complaining about them cheating, and it was valid with the whole Deflategate, the Tuck rule. It was valid points while people made that the the Patriots were cheating, and so because of that, they became enemy number one. A lot of people did not want to see the Patriots keep on winning. Hence, here we are today. That's the vibe is going on right now. That a lot of people just don't want to see the Chiefs 3-peat. Now, by them saying it, that's not them saying they're going to root for the Eagles, but a lot of people are not wanting the Chiefs to win a third consecutive Super Bowl, and rightfully so. I don't want them to win. Not on my watch, no way. They won't get one on Eagles watch. But like I said, hopefully, Kellen Moore is game planning out his what. We come in with some good plays because this is Kellen Moore's last game apparently as an Eagle. Which will make Jalen Hurts have his fourth play caller as many years going into next season. I do understand why Kellen Moore is going to the Patriots. To the Saints. He wants to be the guy. He wants, he was promised a job, I believe, with the Cowboys that didn't pan through. They kept Mike McCarthy instead. He chose to go to the Chargers. That didn't pan out. He came to the Eagles. I understand because at one point he was the number one candidate for the job at his alma mater, Boise State, where he played quarterback at. He was definitely he was all in. It was all in on him. He decided to, decline the option and stay with the Cowboys. I guess under the guise that he might be the next coach. That didn't work. So him going to the Saints, I understand why he's doing it, but from I guess from a career wise, I don't see it because number one, they are in a cap hell right now. They have no quarterback right now. So you're going over there, you're going to be in a rebuild mode for what? At least the next 3 years. So you'll be able to go over there because you know what's going to happen when you don't win. They're going to boo you out of there. They're going to want you out of there, Kellen Moore. And so you're going to lose. You're going to leave somewhere where you could possibly, be in the Super Bowl conversation for the next 5 years. To go somewhere with the Saints, where you don't even know if you guys make it to the playoffs in the next 5 years. Hey man, money talks and bullcrap walks 1,000 miles. So shout out to Kellen Moore, man, getting the bag, securing your future. But hey man, everything that glitter ain't gold. And so if you go into the black and gold for just to say you're a coach, when that ship sank, just know, man, we try to warn you. Everything ain't good on the other side. The grass ain't always green on the other side. Sometimes that's not real grass. Sometimes that's artificial grass. You want that real grass. So, if Kellen Moore was to leave, he needs to stay with the Eagles for. That's what I said. He definitely. And let's go Birds. What's up, Rashonda? Let's go Birds. That's what I'm saying, Renee. He definitely needs to stay with the Eagles, man. I mean, unless maybe next year another job opened up that was more promising, where you can see what this team can make a turnaround the next year or two. Yeah, but going to the Saints. I mean, it's obvious you're just going to the Saints just to be a coach, man. Just to be a coach. Just like my guy, the new coach for the Detroit Lions. Forgot his name, but he a black guy. He the new coach for the Jets. My guy, I understand. You want to go over there and be a coach for the Jets, man, but there's nothing going to happen with the Jets. The Jets would not be a viable opponent in the AFC no time soon. I understand you want to go get a job, but one thing about playing in New York, you want to be on the constant microscope, and they're going to scrutinize you from the rooter to the tutor, especially you being a black coach. I'm going to keep it a buck. You see what they did to the coach in New England. One and done him real quick. Whereas you got someone like Dougie P, you got someone like Jim Harbaugh, you got these other coaches that get to stay and figure it out. Whereas unfortunately, African American coaches aren't given that leash that other coaches are. So with that being said, hopefully in the absence of Kellen Moore, maybe we can revisit, maybe bring it back a Dougie Peterson, or maybe bring it back a Frank Reich to be offensive coordinator. They know this system, and the players actually gravitate towards them and respect him as a coach and trust their process, right? And trust their game plan. And so, losing Kellen Moore might not be as bad as we all think. If we can land, like I said, a Dougie P, or if we can land a Frank Reich, right? There's also speculation about a Javon Hargrave returning back to the Eagles. Now, me personally, I'm not. I wouldn't welcome him back. I don't welcome back anybody that decides to lead this team for a paycheck. I respect your decision as a man, right? You want to get that bag, make sure you take care of your family and everything like that. But there's no loyalty to that, right? You decide to leave. You thought you were going somewhere, green pastures. You thought the 49ers were going to be good. They did give you a bag. They gave you a big bag. And then what happened? That team imploded right now. That team is basically on a rebuild right now. So now, with that being said, now Javon Hargrave might want to come back to the Eagles. Yeah, would I take him back? I mean, Milton Williams is scheduled to leave this year, right? We can't. I mean, he's going to get some offers, and shout out to Milton Williams. He's been a cool backup. He's been playing his part, no complaining, getting out there every day doing his job. He deserves a bag. And if he was to leave, go somewhere else to get a bag, I wouldn't be upset with him because he's been playing backup role and he wants to be a starter. Whereas Javon Hargrave was a starter here and decided to go somewhere else. So, hey man, stay where you at, Javon Hargrave. We good. With that, sticking with the defense. BG, let's go BG, man. Let's go BG. He is scheduled to make his return today. Go BG. In what I believe will be his last game. What's the Eagles, Ravens, Lions, and Bills are contenders for the next Super Bowl. Players and coaches need to consider that. Yeah, they better consider that. BG is back. Yeah, BG is back. He will play today. He definitely is going to play today, which I think will be his homegoing game. As far as him retiring an Eagle, and what better way to retire than hosting that the Bowling Trophy above your head, similar to what Aaron Donald did on his way out. I believe that you should go out on top, because you never know when you might get hurt again, right? So BG playing today. Now, I don't want him playing too much because I don't want him taking time from, Sweat or taking time from Nolan Smith, who leads this team right now in the postseason in sacks with 4. Remember that. Nolan Smith leads the team right now in the postseason with sacks with 4, right? So teams are right now having to double team Nolan Smith. They are doubling Nolan Smith. You're going to double Nolan Smith. You're going to double Jalen Carter. And what's going to happen when you got Zach Bond? What's going to happen when you got Jordan Davis? What's going to happen when you got Josh Sweat coming in off the line? So, that's why I said we're going to get at least 3 sacks today. So we got to give BG that win for him to come back and play this game with a torn triceps. His recovery speaks volumes about his character and his loyalty and his determination to be impactful on this team and go out on top. So BG, man, we rooting for you today, man. If anything, I want this dub for BG today. BG was, responsible for one of the biggest plays in Super Bowl history with the Eagles, or some might argue, period, with the strip sack on Tom Brady in the Super Bowl that we won that caused the end of the game for the Patriots. So, hopefully Vision can revisit itself and maybe he can make another impactful play like that today that can, cause the game to be over and done with. And then also, this is a top defense, right? This is the number 1 defense in the NFL. We get busy. Now, 2 years ago we had a top defense, right? But it wasn't this. It wasn't. It didn't. We had Vontae Maddox. We had Kaiser White. We had T.J. Edwards. We had some of them guys that they were pretty good, but we didn't have a Zach Bond. We didn't have a Quinyon Mitchell. We didn't have a Cooper DeJean. We didn't have a Saquon Barkley. So, hey, man, different team, man. Different team. And right now, this year, I don't know if you guys are big into numbers or whatever, but this year, the Eagles are 5-1 when playing on artificial turf. So, I'm definitely hoping we can make that 6-1 a day, and get that Lombardi trophy so I can give me another one of these. One of these. I will be wearing my Super Bowl ring today. And so this defense, we got to get busy. And the news that's coming out this week is Myles Garrett has decided to request a trade from the Browns. He wants to be gone from the Browns. There has been plausible trade scenarios that has one Eagles receiving a Myles Garrett with the Browns receiving a AJ Brown. Now, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about trading AJ Brown for a Myles Garrett? Defense does win championships, right? And we should, Josh Sweat is definitely up for a contract. So we could possibly be losing Josh Sweat. So do we take a chance and go get a Myles Garrett? I mean, he already said he wouldn't mind. He wants, as a matter of fact, he wants to play for a contender. So the notion that he wants to go home and play for the Cowboys because he's from Arlington, Texas, you can sink that right now. He said contender. The Cowboys won't be contenders for a while. I guarantee you, the Cowboys will not be contenders in this division for at least the next 3 years. You got an old Dak Prescott that, is coming off his 3rd injury. So there's no possible way that he's going to get better as he gets older. They still don't have a weapon outside of CeeDee Lamb. Their defense is suspect. So, him going to the Cowboys, I understand, it's your dream. You want to play for your home team. But if you want to compete, don't go there. If you want to just be one and done, if you want whatever, you might well stay with the Browns. Just stay with the Browns. Stay loyal to where you're at. But if you want to go and be and compete somewhere, the Cowboys should not be on your list. It definitely should be the Eagles, maybe the Ravens. You can go to the Chiefs, maybe whatever. But if you want to play for a contender, the Cowboys are not on your list. Now, would I trade AJ Brown for Myles Garrett? Man, that's a big one, right? That's a big one. I don't know what I trade. I'm on the fence about that because I think our defense is good right now. Now, once again, we lose some key players, then we gotta revisit this. But if everything stays what it is, I'm cool with AJ Brown staying on my team. Now we lose Sweat, we lose, Milton and all. We gotta make some adjustments. Then hey, man, AJ may have to go. After Jerry Jones goes into a nursing home and Cowboys owners stop being businessmen, act like team owners, we'll get better. Renee, yeah, I think that's what it's gonna have to take. Seriously, I think it's gonna have to take not only Jerry, but Jerry and his sons to completely be out the way. I think Jerry should take a look at what Mark Cuban did with the Mavericks and allow a independent agency to come in and oversee the business thing, the business side of everything. But we already know Jerry said he's not gonna do that. Jerry already said he's not gonna do that. But it would behoove him to explore that option, to let somebody else come in and do and do what they went to school for. Jerry, you didn't go to school to be a businessman. You didn't go to school to be to make these kind of decisions. You were doing this based off. I mean, you was gonna sign freaking Johnny Manziel. They had to stop you from signing Johnny Manziel, man. Come on, man. You signed Mozzie Smith, man. You thought Mozzie was going to be some kind of monster, and he's He's a bust. So it's proven that Jerry doesn't know what he's doing. So, in my opinion, man, it's going to be some long, dark days for Cowboy Nation. Now, there was another option, whether the Commanders could possibly get Myles Garrett and employ his services. He has dementia. He has Alzheimer's. He's on the verge, and whoever his handlers are, I'm pretty sure Jerry one of them people that you say so. If you say no to him, you're liable to get fired. So I think the people that are his handlers, there's only so much they can do because Jerry doesn't take no. So if the Commanders were to take a shot at him and get Myles Garrett, I mean, I can possibly see that being a good job because the Commanders will be contenders if they stick with the trajectory that they are now. Now, once again, shout out to Jaden Daniels. He had a phenomenal season. He won Rookie of the Year this year. Shout out to Jaden Daniels. I'm giving him his flowers, right? However, this last year, remember, we was all singing kudos for C.J. Stroud. He's a narcissist for real. Very, very big on the narcissism. But last year, it was all about C.J. Stroud. Everyone thought C.J. Stroud was the next coming of the best thing. And I hate to say he had a sophomore slump because he did lose two of his biggest weapons. He lost all three of his weapons, actually. He lost Stephon Diggs, Nico, and the other wide receiver. Lost all of them, right? So I'm not going to put too much on this season for C.J. because he still made the playoffs. C.J. Stroud still made the playoffs in spite of losing three of his top receivers this year. So I'm gonna pump the brakes on Jaden Daniels right now as far as this guy's because I've seen it happen last year. They've been saying Trevor Lawrence was the next best thing. That hasn't manifested itself yet. Actually, he like the last best thing if you ask me. And trust me, any other quarterback would have been out of there, be crucified by now. But he gets a pass. Same thing with Justin Herbert. He gets a pass. Same thing with Joe Burrow. He gets a pass. Now these are all first round picks I just named. But somebody like Jalen Hurts, who's been in the Super Bowl twice, a second round pick, he doesn't get that pass. Joe Burrow was a first round pick. Trevor Lawrence was a first round pick, and Justin Herbert was a first round pick. Neither of those three players have made it to the Super Bowl, not only twice, but not even once in their career yet. But somehow, they get the attaboys, they get the kudos, they get the accolades, they get the passes that Jalen Hurts, a second round pick, does not get. And I'll leave that to you to figure out why. But trading for Garrett. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to lose AJ Brown because he is I've been begging for a heavy, big receiver for a while since we lost to Alshon Jeffrey because he was a big physical receiver, and we haven't had that. You know, it's only so much Smitty could do with his size. He could definitely beat you on the route, but he's not out physical playing anybody. He's just not going to do that. AJ Brown can, so it would definitely hurt if we did lose AJ Brown. We couldn't replace him, right? Then but I believe in how we can do it, can get the thing done, right? I believe how it can make some things happen and move some things around, and we could possibly keep AJ Brown and to get a Myles Garrett, right? If for some reason this year, Howie Roseman has been consistently the best GM in this league for at least the last 5 years. At least his last worst. I'm not even gonna say worst. It was. Let me rephrase it. His last worst pick was Jalen Reagor. Ever since then, all his picks have hit. Quinyon Mitchell hit. Cooper DeJean hit. Jordan Davis hit. Jalen Carter hit. N'Kobe Dean hit. Nolan Smith hit. So, but Howie Roseman to be snubbed and not even be, it was they did a top